Welcome. We're glad you're here and tuned into the Findlay Community Spotlight Series. Findlay Automotive Group is proud to spotlight the Ronald McDonald House. We hope you're inspired by this short video, and we invite you to connect with them and many other community organizations at findlayspotlight.com.
Well, the history of the very first Ronald McDonald House dates back to the 1970s and the NFL Philadelphia Eagles football team. There was a player by the name of Dan Hill whose 2-year-old daughter Kim contracted cancer. And so he spent the better part of 2 years going back and forth to Philadelphia Children's Hospital. It was during that 2 years that Fred saw how many families weren't as fortunate as him and his wife were. And it was at that time that he started talking to his buddy, who was an owner of a local McDonald's restaurant in Philadelphia. And the two of them concocted the idea of a Ronald McDonald House. Here we are, 40 some odd years later. We have 186 Ronald McDonald houses across the country and more than 365 worldwide. Here in Las Vegas, the effort to build a Ronald McDonald House was a collaboration between the medical community, of course, our McDonald's owner-operators, and the construction industry. And everybody got together and put their heads together and came together with all kinds of skills, construction skills, medical expertise. And then in 1998, we first opened the doors to the local Ronald McDonald House, and we couldn't have done it without the help of the Junior League of Las Vegas. So our families come to us for a lot of different reasons. In the case of Alpana and Jason, their little baby Noah came early. And premature births is one of the big reasons that we see a lot of our families come through our doors. Other reasons are unfortunately car accidents and trauma. Cancer is another reason, and also heart conditions. Little itty bitty babies that get open heart surgery the first day of their lives.
My name is Alpana.
I'm Jason. We're from Fort Pierce, Florida. Had kind of a little surprise a few weeks back. My wife, she's a tour guide. She's worked all over the country, big bus tours, and about 3 weeks ago she was here in Las Vegas, about to come home in another few days, and got a call. She said, "The baby's coming, get out here." It was about 11 weeks early. Got here with a few hours to spare to see him born.
He made it.
The medical's the big thing you think about, but also in the back of my head there's all this logistical nightmare. What are we gonna do? Where are we gonna stay? And I had heard of Ronald McDonald House, just the name.
The first 4 or 5 days we were in the hotel because there was no room available. But then when we come in here, I think that was 2 weeks back, almost 2 weeks back. And the moment we come here, we found ourselves finally settled. Because you see, they're not only given us shelter, but the kind of volunteers come every evening to, prepare food for us. And it's just not the simple dinner. If you see the dinner there, the way they make it with love, and you can see it in their faces. They really go beyond and make like 3-4 different kinds of menus, right, till the dessert. And sometimes they will even clear our dishes and clean the dishes. I mean, I sometimes cry when I see that. Yeah.
We're so grateful, not only for the Ronald McDonald House, but we interact with these other people at the hospital, other people who stay here, and we feel so fortunate. When we got that call, a doctor came on and he started listing all these things that could go wrong: his lungs, his heart, his eyes, all these things, and we're just so grateful that our baby's healthy. He's small, but he's healthy, and we can just focus on him.
We're so grateful that so many of our families that come to stay at the Ronald McDonald House really love to share their stories of how the Ronald McDonald House has really impacted their lives. So here's one of those such stories now.
Our mission is really just to provide a place for families to be close together, and that's where they can. They get to see their children every day because of us. It's really this wonderful organization.
Everybody needs home. And sometimes, when you're seeking medical treatment for your family and it's far from home, you need a home away from home. The families who come through our doors, they're all at the very beginning of what is really a crisis in their life.
These families are like, well, how much? And we're like, it's nothing, it's for you. They're so grateful.
We are going to embrace that family, physically, emotionally, financially, and then we're going to take as many of those stressors off of their plate so that they can focus on what's most important. and what's most important in their life right now is the recovery of their child.
I was 25 weeks and 5 days to the day when she was born. I was terrified, absolutely terrified. That was the first time I've ever been in a helicopter. I got here at Sunrise Children's Hospital at about 10 o'clock. You lay there and you wait to hear the first cry. Why is the baby not crying? And they said, okay, we're taking her to the NICU. We were terrified. You know, we were trying to figure out how we could get us all into a van and sleep. You know, we were just gonna do that. We talked to the social worker at the hospital, and she said, I know they have a place if you want to go.
We're part of this little community in our little house that lasts forever.
We just want to say thank you, because what you're doing for us is helping and making such a huge impact in the lives of our families and children that we see come through our doors every day. There are so many ways you can get involved and help here at the Ronald McDonald House. We have all kinds of volunteer opportunities, whether it's for our unique lunch program, where we deliver those sack lunches to the hospital, whether it's for our dinner program. Every night we love having a homemade, home-cooked meal for those families as they come through the door. And also those cash donations. That is what keeps our doors open, for sure. And there's ways to volunteer on our committees and volunteer on our board. And also in-kind donations. We love those in-kind donations of non-perishable food items, quilts and blankets. Who doesn't love a blanket, especially when you're in the hospital? So if you're looking to do something meaningful in your life, something that really impacts families when they need it most, please just go to www.rmhlv.org and you can learn all kinds of ways to make a difference.